What's up, everybody? I'm Brian Tong, your guide to all things Salesforce, and this is Salesforce Explained. It's a series where we talk Salesforce and technology without the jargon or buzzwords, so make sure that you subscribe, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on any of our awesome episodes. And speaking of awesome, today I'm going to tell you all about what a Salesforce admin is. But around here, we like to call them awesome admins. Awesome admin. And by the end of this video, you're going to see why, okay? So let's get into it. And as usual, you know we have to start with an official Salesforce definition. So a Salesforce Administrator, or admin, is someone who solves business problems by customizing the Salesforce platform. They help companies put systems in place, and they help users get the most out of Salesforce technology. Think of them as your trusted advisors. Yeah, like a Yoda, but less green. Now, these CRM skywalkers combine their business and technical skills with their knowledge of Salesforce tools to make the people and companies that they work with more successful. Now, depending on the company's needs, they lean on skills like business analysis, automation, communication, and security. Now, when it comes to growing their skill sets, Salesforce admins are always expanding their knowledge of AI, data, and CRM, and that includes expanding their skills in Salesforce Customer 360. So when your company uses this whole circle of Salesforce products, your admins become even more powerful and well-rounded. Yeah, you got it. Now, if you want to beef up your own knowledge of Customer 360, I already put the link in the description for you to check out. But anyways, okay, awesome admins are also trailblazers. That's right, AKA lifelong learners who've built their career, community, or company in the Salesforce ecosystem. Age, background, and experience, they don't matter. Yay! Anyone can become a trailblazing admin as long as they're willing to learn and put in the work. And with that learner's mindset, admins have a bright future in their technology careers. Now, the sky is the limit when it comes to what you can achieve. And a lot of admins even choose to specialize in areas like business analysis, UX design, data analysis, or security management. Hashtag career goals, like, am I right? Yay! Now, the good thing is, customer companies also know how crucial admins are in driving success. If a business wants to embrace new technology and connect with customers in new ways, they're going to need some awesome admins to help. But hey, admins can't do it all alone. That's why they have a community of other admin trailblazers who want to help each other succeed. And they always have Cloudy the Goat by their side. Hi, Cloudy. Yeah, she's a talented techie who helps Salesforce admins with any and all things cloud related. Okay, so what do these awesome admins do? Well, a lot. But in a nutshell, they build, configure, and automate technology to support users. They also manage data. They maintain security standards and provide analytics that teams can act on. Pretty awesome, right? Awesome admin. Yeah, okay, well, look, let's just dive deeper now into what these superstars can do. Even though an admin has many, many different skills and responsibilities, today we're just going to talk about three of them, three big ones, all right? So process automation, business analysis, and user management. So let's start off with process automation. Now, when you automate a process, that means you're simplifying tasks that are manual, complex, or time-consuming. Admins are responsible for creating, maintaining, and improving that automated process. So to do that, they're proactively looking for areas where they can drive efficiency with automation and AI. Then they can advise companies on how to implement automation, and then they can use tools like Salesforce Flow to build those automations within Salesforce. Now with Flow, admins can create automated workflows that replace tedious tasks with little to no code required. Let's say an admin wants to help their customer service team respond to cases faster. They can use email templates and Flow to set up a bunch of different responses to choose from based on data from previous cases. Okay, now let's look at business analysis. This is all about gathering the requirements and data that you need to improve processes and find efficiencies. So first off, admins, they are your go-to people for building solutions. You know, they establish strong relationships with users to understand their needs and find opportunities for improvement. And when they work with stakeholders to pinpoint business requirements, analyze data, and recommend solutions, after gathering information, they can tell you what process would work best, who you need to loop in, what information and documentation will help, and how to make that process more transparent. So let's say that you have a process that's currently being managed in a spreadsheet. Well, your admin wants to bring that process into Salesforce so you can have a more complete view of your customer data. The admin can use what's called Object Creator to import the spreadsheet and convert all those columns into fields and all those rows into records. After that, voila! Users and executives now have a full 360-degree view of their company's health and their customer data. And that means that they can make more data-driven decisions and get rid of spreadsheets. All right, the last responsibility that we're covering today is user management. Admins want to put that CRM to work and make the most of it. So as experts in all things Salesforce, they support users on a daily basis. They customize user experiences and manage profiles, permissions, roles, and groups. And they create training and adoption strategies that help everyone in their company grow their CRM skills. So here's a super common example of user management. Admins want to make sure that everyone has all the information they need to do their jobs right at their fingertips. To do that, they can build custom apps for their users with App Manager. Custom apps allow users to access sets of objects, tabs, and other items all in one place. They can even brand their app with a custom color and logo. Admins can create a lot of different apps for their users depending on their needs. For example, sales reps might want an app for accounts, events, and organizations, and then sales managers might need an app for reports and dashboards. Luckily, an admin can build both. And now you can see why we call them awesome admins, right? Yeah! I mean, they are the bridge between business and technology. They're vital for any business that wants to succeed in AI, data, and CRM. And most importantly, they've always got your back. Whoa. Hey, Cloudy, you like that one? Yeah? Okay. And on that note, okay, come on, who writes this stuff and who ends up reading this out loud? That would be me. Well, okay. And my voice just cracked. But that's all for this episode of Salesforce Explained. To learn more about what awesome admins can do, click the link on your screen to visit the free streaming service Salesforce Plus, and I also linked more resources for you in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.